Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today we'll start our next chapter, which is related to industry analysis. Actually, this whole chapter is associated with selecting an industry for your investment and what different type of techniques you can use in order to see that what the industry is doing and which industry is appropriate for your future investment. Now, what is industry analysis? Actually, the second step in fundamental analysis of common stock. As the first step is that you have analyzed economy in which you want to invest. Now, this is a second step in the fundamental analysis of a common stock, in which you want to select an industry, and obviously you want to invest in that industry which is giving you promising opportunity in future, and which is progressing, and in which you think that this industry is in a growth stage, and it is performing very well. So obviously this industry is in a position, in if you invest in that industry, you will be gaining profit in the future. So this will actually help you to ascertain that. Then secondly, concept of industry analysis is related to valuation principle, that what different type of valuation principles you will adopt in order to ascertain that which industry is better for your investment. Then continual analysis due to inconsistent industry performance over time. Like first you have a certain the valuation, that how the value of your investment will increase if you invest in that industry. But second is that you have to see the consistent performance of that industry, that whether this industry is performing consistently over time, because you are investing in that industry for a longer period of time. So if the previous analysis suggests that there is continuously better performance of that industry and they are not inconsistent in their performance, so it would be better for you to invest in that industry. So अगर यहाँ पर हम जो है ना वो डिस्कस करें इंडस्ट्री एनालिसिस, पहले जो है वो हम जब हमने इन्वेस्ट करनी होती है तो हम ये देखते हैं कि किस इकोनॉमी, किस कंट्री में आपने जो है इन्वेस्टमेंट करनी है। फिर आप उसमें जब आप हो जाते हो कि आपने हाँ इस इकोनॉमी में आपने इन्वेस्ट करना है, तो सेकंड स्टेप ये होता है कि आप उस इकोनॉमी की इंडस्ट्री में देखें कि कौन सी इंडस्ट्री में आप जो है वो इन्वेस्टमेंट करना चाहते हो, क्योंकि आप जब वहाँ पर इन्वेस्ट करोगे ग्रोइंग इंडस्ट्री में या ऐसी इंडस्ट्री में जहाँ पर आपको फ्यूचर अपॉर्चुनिटीज नजर आ रही हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली आपने जो इन्वेस्टमेंट की है उसकी भी वेल्थ भी जो उसकी भी जो है वो वैल्यू इंक्रीज होगी। सेकेंडली, आप जब इंडस्ट्री एनालिसिस करते हैं तो आप उसकी वैल्यूएशन प्रिंसिपल्स की बेस पे आप देखते हैं कि अगर आप इस इंडस्ट्री में इन्वेस्ट करेंगे तो आपकी जो इन्वेस्टमेंट है उसकी वैल्यूज़ जो है वो कितनी बढ़ेंगी। लेकिन एक और चीज़ जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है वो इसमें आप ये देखोगे कि आप जिस इंडस्ट्री में इन्वेस्ट करना चाह रहे हो उस इंडस्ट्री की जो परफॉर्मेंस हो वो कंसिस्टेंट हो। ये ना हो कि कभी किसी टाइम पे अच्छा परफॉर्म किया तो किसी टाइम पे बहुत बुरा परफॉर्म किया, तो ये फ्लक्चुएशन जो परफॉर्मेंस में आपको नज़र आएगी तो वो आपके लिए बेहतर नहीं है, क्योंकि आप की इन्वेस्टमेंट जो है वो उसमें डूब भी सकती हैं और आपको प्रॉब्लम्स भी आ सकते हैं, डाउन भी चले जा सकते हैं, लॉसेस भी हो सकते हैं। तो इन तमाम चीज़ों को हम इसमें देखेंगे। Now, if you want to see the performance of the industry over time, so we can see by assessing the performance of different industry over time. And for example, Standard & Poor monthly stock prices index over a longer period shows industry performance differently over time. Not only that, if you look into the Pakistan Stock Exchange, and this in Pakistan Stock Exchange, we can see the analysis of monthly analysis of data, and we can see that which industry is performing better or which is not performing better. So not only that, you can also see the stock performance of that industry, and obviously the performance of the industry has potential impact on the performance of the stock of the companies of that industry. So you can also see that. And when you see the industry which is in a declining stage, obviously just like any other life cycle, the industry also follow a life cycle in which there is a growth, there is maturity and downfall. So you have to avoid investment in those type of industry which is in its declining stage. सो जब हम एनालिसिस करे होते हैं इंडस्ट्री का, तो हमने उसका परफॉर्मेंस इंडस्ट्रीज की देखनी बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है। वो आप किस तरीके से देख सकते हो, आपको मुख्तलिफ इंडेक्सेस होती हैं, यहाँ पे तो उन्होंने हम एग्जांपल स्टैंडर्ड एंड पुअर की दी है। आप जो हैं वो, अगर हम पाकिस्तान स्टॉक एक्सचेंज का डिफरेंट डेटा एनालाइज करें, वो भी आपकी मुख्तलिफ इंडस्ट्रीज़ का डेटा जो है वो है, तो उसमें अगर आप देख सकते हो कि कौन सी इंडस्ट्री कंसिस्टेंटली अच्छा परफॉर्म कर सकती है प्राइस इंडेक्स के तौर पे, क्योंकि आपकी जो इंडस्ट्री की जो परफॉर्मेंस है वो इंडस्ट्री जो है वो इम्पैक्ट करती है आपकी स्टॉक परफॉर्मेंस के ऊपर। इसके अलावा आपने ये भी देखना है कि उन इंडस्ट्री में आपने इन्वेस्ट नहीं करना जो डिक्लाइनिंग स्टेज में, क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली वो उनका जो है ना मार्केट शेयर डाउन पे जा रहा है, तो इस वजह से वहाँ पर अगर आप इन्वेस्ट करेंगे तो आपको फ्यूचर में जो है वो आपकी स्टॉक की प्राइसेस डिक्लाइन पे जा सकती है। सो कोशिश करें कि उन इंडस्ट्रीज में इन्वेस्ट करें जो अपनी ग्रोथ स्टेज में है। Now another thing is that we have to see the consistency of industry performance. Which I have discussed before, that we have to see the consistent performance of the industry. There are certain industry which have maintained a very good position, like if we look into tobacco industry, sugar industry, and many other type of industry. So they are performing very well. So you have to see the industry which is performing very well over time, because when you invest in those type of industry, obviously it will ensure a higher return on your stock or on your investment, and vice versa. Another thing is that what are the factors which can be helpful to predict the performance, or predict the future success of the industry, because majority of time we can use the previous performance in order to predict the future performance, but is there any assurance that we have the predicted performance which is being predicted from the previous performance is helpful in determining the future performance, because future is not predictable. Like if you look into the today's scenario, the current pandemic had created many problem, and it poses many problem for different industry. On the other hand, it has provided many opportunities to different industry. Like if you look into the online business, and if you look into the industry which is safety equipment industry, like in mask or sanitizer or many other type of hand washing and all these things. So it has boosted many type of industry. So we have to see that what are the conditions in the future, and how these will be helpful in predicting the future performance. So we have to rank the inconsistency over time, and obviously we have to see though also those industries which have a recent very poor performance, because this can create a major threat in the future. So all these things have to taken into consideration while you are investing in different industry. Like यहाँ पर जो ये बात करें ना, कंसिस्टेंट परफॉर्मेंस का मतलब है कि बहुत लंबे अरसे के लिए आप जो है वो अच्छी बेहतर परफॉर्मेंस, आप डिविडेंड भी डिक्लेयर कर रही हैं, इंडस्ट्री में लोग जो है वो डिविडेंड भी डिक्लेयर कर रहे हैं, आपकी जो है ना वो इंडस्ट्री जो है वो ग्रो भी कर रही है, उसी कंसिस्टेंट जो है ना वो ग्रोथ जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा है, और रिटर्न्स जो है तो ऑब्वियसली रिटर्न्स भी आपको मिलेंगे, क्योंकि अगर आपकी ग्रोथ इंडस्ट्री में आप इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं तो ऑब्वियसली उसकी ग्रोथ भी आपको भी उसका फ़ायदा होगा। इसके अलावा आप इंडस्ट्री की प्रीवियस परफॉर्मेंस की बेसिस के ऊपर आप उसकी फ्यूचर परफॉर्मेंस जब प्रोजेक्ट करते हो तो उसमें बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं। पहले आप ये देखें कि जो प्रीवियस परफॉर्मेंस आप यूज़ कर रहे हो वो इतनी पोटेंशियल है कि वो फ्यूचर की परफॉर्मेंस को प्रोजेक्ट कर सके। फिर आप क्या करें कि मुख्तलिफ टाइम पीरियड पे उसकी परफॉर्मेंस को रैंक करें, और ये भी आप देखें कि कौन सी ऐसी इंडस्ट्रीज़ हैं जो प्रीवियसली इतना अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं कर रही थी, और या अभी नियर फ्यूचर में उन्होंने इतना अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं किया, सो वो भी एक मेजर थ्रेट हो सकती हैं। तो इन तमाम चीज़ों को जहन में रखने के बाद आप अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट का, किसी भी इंडस्ट्री में इन्वेस्टमेंट की डिसीजन को आप जो है वो देखें कि आपको उधर इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए। First of all, we have to see that what is an industry, because there are different industries which cannot be categorized into one particular industry. There are very many type of things which can be categorized into one industry, and there is a classification problem in different type of industry. So first of all, you have to see that whether in the economy there is clear-cut classification of different industry, and if these industries are such that you cannot identify identify or classified in that. So you have, because now majority of time is there's a trend of diversification and conglomerates. So the many businesses are now indulged in different type of businesses. So you have to see this problem as well. And industry continue to be move more mixed in their activities and less identifiable with no on product or service. Obviously there are many businesses which are providing different type of goods, and obviously with that they are also providing services. So you cannot easily classify a different type of industry. So first of all you have to identify that whether you can classify certain type of industries, or in the economy there is a clear cut classification or not. Because with the trending changing trend, the classification is now fluctuating. But not in a Pakistan case, we have proper classification in our industry, in our economy. Like if you see, you can see classification in your the data in stock exchange data. So you can predict performance in Pakistan's case, because there is clear cut classification of industries. Then now we can also analyze the industry by seeing the life cycle stage, because they are also they also go through a life cycle in which there is a growth stage. First of all, it's an introductory point, and then from that it's the introduction, it's a growth stage, and from that it is a maturity stage, and after that it's a decline, and then there is a death of industry, or you can say that it's been replaced by any other industry. So you have to determine that in what stage of life cycle this industry lies, and it will help to determine the health and future prospect of that industry. And if there is a pioneer industry, or the industry which is in its introduction stage, so there's lot of opportunities, because so far it has not grabbed market share. So due to increase in demand, they will also increase their market share. And obviously when there is a growing industry, so many other people also invest in that industry, making it very profitable, and obviously it would be a growth. So this in this type of industry we cannot identify survivors, because we have this industry is growing and everybody is profiting from that industry. So investment in that kind of industry is very beneficial if that industry is rapidly growing. Secondly, when its industry is in its expansion cycle, obviously in a growth stage. So in this case, the survivor from pioneer stage are identifiable, and in this stage you can see that who are the survival, because from the pioneer stage, it comes the expansion stage, or the growth stage, in which many industry which did not survive the pioneer stage, so they will leave the industry. But the survivor of pioneer stage will come over here, and they are successful. And these are the firms which are more stable, and they are more reliable. Investment in this type of industry is more beneficial for investor. So this kind of industry is very important. Plus these type of industry also need investment, so obviously they will attract investment investment funds, and many financial policies firmly also established in order to attract financing from bonds and from different shareholders. But in this kind of industry, the dividend often become payable, and yeah, but dividend is declared, but they are not being paid because they need funds for that. So majority of times these dividend come, but on the basis of that they can attract many investors because they have future opportunities of growth. So obviously they'll be willing to invest in this industry. Then stabilizing or maturity stage. This is the stage at which the further growth is actually weakens, or you can say it's very moderate, and there is lots of rivalry in the industry. Market is full of competitors, and obviously costs are stable and they are not decreasing because everyone has invested, and the marginal you can say the marginal productivity or the marginal profit or from increased production is also decreased. So or certain time it also has declines. So in this case the industry is investment in this type of industry is never very beneficial, but you can see that how much this industry can sustain this maturity stage. On the basis of that you can make your decision whether you should invest in this industry or whether you should not go for investment in this industry. Second one is that the certain thing is that there are a lot of limitation of this life cycle approach, as it is a generalization that may not always apply, because there is no clear cut thing which can help you to determine the maturity or growth of a different type of industry. You can also base your understanding on your sales, market share, and investment in that industry. So these there are certain limitation with this life cycle approach, but overall the basis of this type of data, sales data, market share data, you can base your decision regarding investment. Now when you are analyzing different industries, now obviously you analyze your industry based upon the stock prices in that industry, and those stock prices can be a function of expected risk and return, that how much risk is involved in investing in certain type of industry, and how much is risk is involved in certain other type of industry, and you have to make a comparison between risk and return. So first of all, if we look in a pioneering stage, which is actually an introduction stage in which the industry has introduced, the new industry has introduced, and it offers higher potential returns, and but there is a greater risk, because higher potential return means that there is lot of opportunity in that industry. There is there are lots of customers are there, and there is lot of opportunity that they will be increasing their market share. But on the other hand, there is a certain problem regarding the success of that industry, because nobody knows the future of that industry. The opportunities are, the potential returns are there, but there might be certain thing which can be fatal to that type of industry. So there is great risk of involved in that. So in this kind and in this type of industry, interested in capital gains, and they should avoid a maturity stage. But they should invest in pioneering stage, but they should avoid in a investing in maturity stage. But in the expansion stage, which is actually the growth stage, the majority of investors are interested in the industry which are in their growth stage, because they are rapidly growing and they have survived from the pioneer stage. So this type of growth is rapid and orderly. Like you are seeing pattern in that, and you have a understanding, or you have expectation that this industry will grow in a प्रॉपर मैनर। लेकिन देखें, जब हम कहीं भी इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं या किसी भी इंडस्ट्री में इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं तो आप रिस्क और रिटर्न को ज़रूर देखते हो कि अगर जब हम वहाँ पे इन्वेस्ट करेंगे तो हमें कितना रिस्क मिलेगा, और एज़ कम्पेयर टू दैट आपको उस रिस्क कितना होगा और कितना आपको रिटर्न उससे मिलेगा। सो इन तमाम चीज़ों को आप ज़रूर देखते हो। अगर हम पायनियर स्टेज, मतलब ऐसी स्टेज जिसपे अभी वो इंडस्ट्री इंट्रोड्यूस हुई है, नई इंडस्ट्री है, वो अभी जो है उन्होंने अपनी जो है वो ऑपरेशन स्टार्ट किया, और वो अभी जो है वो थोड़ा सा पीक पकड़ रही है, पायनियर हो रही है, इंट्रोड्यूस हो रही है। सो उस स्टेज में आपको लगता है कि बेनिफिट बहुत ज़्यादा है क्योंकि उसमें पोटेंशियल रिटर्न्स होते हैं, लेकिन ज़रूरी नहीं है कि हर पायनियर इंडस्ट्री जो है ना वो आगे जाके बहुत ज़्यादा सक्सेसफुल हो। सो उसके साथ रिस्क जो है वो इन्वॉल्व होते हैं। फिर जो आपके इन्वेस्टर, वो वाले इन्वेस्टर जिनको अपने जो भी वेल्थ है उसको मैक्सिमाइज करना है, कैपिटल गेन्स करने, कैपिटल गेन्स मतलब जो भी उन्होंने इन्वेस्ट किया उसके ऊपर ज़्यादा उनको मिले, मतलब दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन रिटर्न्स, दे आर इंटरेस्टेड इन द इंक्रीजिंग वैल्यू ऑफ देयर इन्वेस्टमेंट। सो इन दिस केस फिर वो जो है वो चाहते हैं कि वो मेच्योरिटी स्टेज में ना इन्वेस्ट करें, वो कोशिश करते हैं वो एक्सपेंशन स्टेज में करेंगे, क्योंकि उधर वहाँ पर जो है ना उनको ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटी ज़्यादा नज़र आ रही हैं, और ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटीज तो है, लेकिन वो तो पायनियर स्टेज में भी थी, लेकिन यहाँ पर जो एक्सपेंशन में जो वो वाली इंडस्ट्रीज होती हैं जिन्होंने ग्रोथ जो पायनियर स्टेज है उसको सरवाइव कर लिया होता है, मतलब वो एक जो रिस्क है कि ये कामयाब भी होगी उससे वो गुजर गए होते हैं, अब वो ग्रोथ की स्टेज के ऊपर जा रहे होते हैं। सो उसमें उनको ग्रोथ भी नजर आ रही होती है, और आपको एक पैटर्न भी नजर आ रहा होता है, प्रॉपर तरीके की ग्रोथ, उसमें फ्लक्चुएशंस नहीं है। सो वहाँ पर जब वो इन्वेस्ट करते हैं तो उनको जो है वहाँ पे बेहतर रिटर्न जो है वो मिलने की तवक्को होती है। Now, as we are seeing the um, uh, performance of the industry, and obviously we are interested into the making investment, so we can also analyze the performance by seeing the historical performance of the companies, and most of the time due to historical performance is actually composed of the sales records of the different companies in the industry, the earning growth, and the price performance. We cannot simply take this data and extrapolate it, but obviously it will give us a little bit idea that whether the investment in this industry is beneficial or not. Apart from that, we also have to see the competitive condition of the industry, that what is the competitive condition of industry, what different type of competitive forces are impacting the industry, whether there is a lot of companies working in this industry, whether the industry is fragmented, or whether industry is saturated. All these things have to be certain while you are investing in that type of industry. The best idea of competitive analysis can be given by Potter analysis. Potter has given competitive forces. So these forces are actually threats of new entrants, like what amount of competition you would be faced faced within the industry by new entrants, then the bargaining powers of the buyer, how much the price would be comprised due to the bargaining pressure of the buyers, rivalry within the industry, like when there are a lot of companies working within the industry, so there is the rivalry is very severe. There are a lot of cost profit compromises, because you have to meet the competitive need of the industry. Then substitute products or services, when you have more substitutes, obviously you have to face competition from the substitutes. And if there are high bargaining power of suppliers, and most of the time if you have monopoly over these these suppliers are monopolists, so that can have a very severe impact on the competitive condition of the industry. So when you have all these things, obviously you have to compromise certain part of your return. Then we have to see the industry structure, that what type of structure is there, what type of the suppliers are available, whether there is a transportation facility, whether there are supporting industries in that industry. So all these things has to be considered, because obviously all these things have an impact on the profitability of the company, and if you invest in that industry, obviously you will be gaining if the return from these companies are more. Then Another thing is that you have to see the government effect, that how government is making regulation for that particular industry. When government is too much too much into improving that industry, so obviously they'll give you tax breaks, they'll also provide you certain other facilities, they can make regulations and policies which can have a positive impact on that industry. But when the government thinks that you are earning too much of profit, or industry is earning too much profit, so obviously they'll impose certain amount of taxes. So you have to see that this as well. Then structural changes is how economy create wealth, how these how the industry economy is supporting the business sector. US continues to move from an industrial to an information technology communication in society. So nowadays, if we see the Pakistani data, so obviously lots of companies are now moving from industrial to information communication societies. So obviously this structural shift can have uh, it can have long lasting impact, and it has emerged new industries. So you have to see all these things when you are analyzing industries. Now, when you want to pick your industry for future investment, or most probably for next year, so what you'll see, or what you will go through, is that you have to see that which industries are likely to show improving earnings. And how you can do is, you can estimate expected earnings and earning multiple for an industry. And for earning multiple, obviously you can use price earning ratios, which we have already discussed in the previous classes. So these earning multiples can give you a good estimate, but many times these estimates are not very accurate, and they can mislead you. So uh, when you have to see the industries which have very high or improving price earning ratio, they pay too much for those industries, and obviously they when that in the performance of that industry does not um, uh, come up to the expectation, so obviously they'll lose money. So it's very important that you use these earning multiples in a correct way. मतलब आप जब चाह रहे हैं कि आप फ्यूचर में कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट करो, तो आप ये देखोगे कि कौन सी इंडस्ट्रीज हैं जो फ्यूचर में अच्छा परफॉर्म करी हैं, और वो किस तरीके से देखोगे, आप उनकी अर्निंग्स देखोगे, एक्सपेक्टेड अर्निंग्स देखोगे कि फ्यूचर में वो कितना प्रॉफिट कर सकती हैं, कितना बेनिफिट आपको है अगर आप उसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट करोगे। या एक और चीज़ जिसको हम अर्निंग मल्टीपल कहते हैं, उस चीज़ के साथ भी आप ये देख सकते हो कि फ्यूचर में अगर आप उसमें $1 इन्वेस्ट करते हो, तो आपको कितनी जो है ना उसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट मिलेगी। तो इस चीज़ के साथ आप देखते हो। लेकिन कभी कभार आप जब सिर्फ इसके अर्निंग मल्टीपल पे ही इन्हिसार करते हो, तो वो आपको कभी कभार बहुत इनएक्यूरेट रिजल्ट्स देता है, और आप जो है ना वो बहुत बुरी तरह से फेल होते हो। तो आप जब अर्निंग मल्टीपल्स भी यूज़ कर रहे हो, या रेशियोज और यूज़ कर रहे हो, तो आपने उनको ना करेक्ट वे यूज़ करना है, और इसके अलावा उसकी सपोर्टिंग डेटा भी आपने देखना है, जिससे आपको ये पता चले कि वेदर ये अर्निंग मल्टीपल्स आपको एक अच्छा एस्टिमेट दे रहे हैं या नहीं दे रहे। सो इस चीज़ में आपने फिर अपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट को उसके मुताबिक मॉडिफाई करना है। Now, apart from earning multiples, you can also see likely direction of interest rate, and which industries most affected by significant rate change should be considered. Like industry most affected by possible political event, new technology, inflation should also be considered. So you have to see that how the interest rates are affecting different industries, and for which industries it is beneficial and it is significant, and for which industry it is not. Secondly, you have also see those industries which are specifically being a victim to certain political grudges, or they have affected from political events, or they have they need very extensive innovation in their technology, because continuously new technology is coming, and that is affecting those industries. Or you can also see the industry which is being very affected by inflation. So these things are very important as you want to pick your investment for future. So देखिए अगर हम यहाँ देखते हैं ना तो आपने इंटरेस्ट रेट को भी देखना है कि जो इंटरेस्ट रेट किन इंडस्ट्रीज को बहुत ज़्यादा अफेक्ट कर रहा है, कौन सी इंडस्ट्रीज है जिसमें ज़्यादा अफेक्ट कर रहा है, कौन सी इंडस्ट्री में ज़्यादा अफेक्ट नहीं कर रहा। प्लस आपने ये देखना है कि कौन सी ऐसी इंडस्ट्री है जो कोई पॉलिटिकल या लीगल प्रॉब्लम्स की वजह से कंट्री के उन पे अफेक्ट आ रहा है, कोई पॉलिटिकल इवेंट या कोई पार्टी चली गई है या उसमें से गवर्नमेंट में से, तो उससे क्या इफेक्ट आ रहा है। कुछ ऐसी इंडस्ट्रीज होती हैं जो टेक्नोलॉजी इंटेंसिव होती हैं और टेक्नोलॉजी जो है वो रैपिडली चेंज हो रही है, तो वो डेफिनेटली नई टेक्नोलॉजी उस पर इम्पैक्ट करती है और उनको रैपिडली उसकी चेंजेस वगैरह करनी होती हैं। इसके अलावा इन्फ्लेशन तो ओवरऑल हर इंडस्ट्री को इम्पैक्ट करता है, लेकिन कुछ इंडस्ट्रीज ऐसी होती हैं जो उसको भी सर्वाइव करती हैं। तो आपने उन तमाम चीज़ों को देखने के बाद अपनी जो भी इन्वेस्टमेंट है उसको प्रॉपर्ली सेलेक्ट करना है कि आप कहाँ पर इन्वेस्ट करो। Now, in the previous slides, we have discussed industry's life cycle, but over here we are talking about economy's business cycle. That when you are analyzing industry, you have also see that how that industry is affected by the stage of business cycle, which is in which the economy is operating, and how different industries which are very close to which were very closely affected by these business cycle, and some do not are affected by this business cycle because obviously they are adopting certain policies which have saved them from different harsh effect of the business cycle or recessionary trends of business cycle. Obviously growth is very important, and if it is affected by growth, so it has a positive impact. But on the other hand, if the recession starts, so that can create problem for these companies. So you have to also see that. Then also you have to see the growth industries, where what are the growth industries, because obviously growth industries are those industries which are rapidly increasing, and the obvious profits of that industry is significantly increasing, and they perform above average. Now growth stocks suffer less during recession because when you talk about these growth companies, so obviously stocks of those companies will not be affected by recession when they are in their growth stage. So all these things will also help you to select your industry for your investment. Then another thing, there are certain industry which are called as defensive industry. These are the industry which are not very much affected by recession and economic diversity, because they have devised certain measures which which have saved them from different bad impact of the business cycle. Then there are certain industries which are called as cyclical industry, and these industries are the most which can be affected by recession and economic adversity, and at times they are in a place that the owner want to sold them. So there are also certain industries which are counter cyclical industry, which can go against these cycles. So you have to see these type of industries, whether they will be beneficial for you or not. Then now another thing is that you have also see those industries which are mostly affected by changes in the interest rate. So obviously these when there is expectation of increased interest rate or decreased interest rate, so they will likely affected by these interest rate. Then another thing is that we have to carefully analyze business cycle and likely movement in the interest rate, because it will help make better decision for future, whether you want to buy or you sell your different type of securities. And another thing that's very important, because when you have a valuable information about industry, and you have enough adequate information about different industry, so obviously it will help you to select a beneficial industry which will help you in the future. and which will help also help you to avoid those industry which will not be beneficial in the future, because your intention is to make investment. And if you make your investment profitable, you have to select those industries which have expectation of earning in the future, or which have the potential of increasing the capital gain of your capital gain, or the value of your investment. So when you have knowledge of different industries, it will help you to ascertain that which industry to select and which industry to avoid.